Hiya! We are back in 1984 doing the classic Karate Kid. We have our movies paused. The Columbia Pictures is fully up. The lady has her light shining. So while you get there, let's go around and meet the bros. I'm your sensei in this dojo we call a podcast. My name is Matt Geiger, along with the mayor himself, Jeffrey Son Hornacek. Now, Jeff, you have a personal connection to this movie. Can you tell the viewers exactly what it is?
Yeah, maybe not necessarily a personal connection, but my nickname in high school was actually Wax Off.
Those banners wax on.
I didn't associate with Banner in high school. It's just social suicide.
All right, so while you get there, Columbia Pictures fully up. We are pressing play in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know if we actually... I think we're the Bro Force Squad podcast, by the way. Did we say that? People know.
They know already.
People know me.
Oh, they know.
Newark, New Jersey, September. If anyone was thinking of leaving, not anymore. The Columbia Pictures logo has really changed over the years. Like, at the start of this, it looks so fucking different than it does now.
Now, some movies, if they're back in the 70s, don't they use the old logo?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's fucking awesome.
So, Matt, we'll just get started with a Horns fun fact right off the bat, which I like to provide. I don't think... Do we have the bell or no?
We do, somewhere. Just keep going.
All right.
Just keep rolling with it.
So here in the opening scene, this is according to IMDb, the kids chasing the car down the street waving goodbye are all actually from the New Jersey neighborhood. They were hanging around the set and interfering with the shoot. And director John G. Avildsen said he would put them in the movie if they would leave the crew alone.
That kind of sounds like how Banner gets on pod. His wife's like, if you just leave me alone, yeah, you can go pod with your friends for 2 hours.
I love when adults have to negotiate with children. Fuck, we'll put you in it. Just stop.
Such a great movie. Now, you haven't seen this in a while?
It's been a long time. I vividly remember the end of it and obviously some of the training sequences that are just kind of iconic, but the whole lead up and the introduction to Cobra Kai is going to be basically new to me. And I know, Matt, one of the reasons we're doing this is you have gotten into the show Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Yes. William Zabka, to be... That's an actual real name. Elizabeth Shue, hot as hell in 84.
Yeah, and also read on IMDb, I don't know if we'll count this as a fun fact because it's not that fun, but she temporarily withdrew from Harvard to film this movie.
I had a ball learning that. That was the funnest I've had in months.
Yeah, you're welcome. That one's free. Next one's going to cost you. Nothing like a good driving down the highway montage.
Just to get, just so people that don't own a map understand, New Jersey and California are pretty far apart.
Probably. Yeah, let me just say it's one of those road trips I would grab some beef jerky.
Director's really hitting that home here. I don't think we really need this extra. I think this is a 2-hour-long movie. Could be an hour and 45. Just cut this out. We don't need it.
What if what if this was 45 minutes of it?
Just show it in Arizona. I'm like, yeah, okay, they have mountains. We get it.
Like, we get it, Avildsen. Fuck. Have you ever had to do this? Like, push start a car?
Not push start, but push it out of like ice or snow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, yeah. But like, it begs the question, if his mom's like, hey, we're going to California for a better life. I'm like, well, why don't we just get a little better life here and get a new car? Because it's not that safe for like
I would just
a
say,
single mom driving across the country.
Yeah, and even as a 16-year-old, you could say, Mom, there's a whole lot of country between here and California. Nowhere in that intermediate area you think we could have a better life. It's got to be all the way across the country.
Is this just an 80s thing where they tie the bike to the hood of the car?
I guess.
I never see that anymore.
I wish Daniel was like, Mom, you don't even ride that thing.
This is pretty cool on Cobra Kai, which I'm on season 2. They actually go back to this shitty ass apartment, which is kind of cool.
So Cobra Kai is in California?
Yeah, it's set in the same town, everything.
Okay. I don't know if the Cobra Kai dojo had expanded anywhere.
Not yet, but I'm only on season 2.
Yeah, Daniel yanking the damn thing isn't going to get it off. This guy's
The
problems.
only kid from Newark, New Jersey that's pissed that he's moving to California in the world.
I'm still going to root for the fucking Yankees, I'll tell you that much.
Gonna
I'm not going to
be
become a
no
Dodgers
Dodgers
fan
fan.
like a fucking mook.
His colors don't run.
I love the 80s because you could wear a sleeveless or a tank top shirt and there was no requirement for any muscle definition.
Well, and this is they were made that way. This isn't because in the 90s it was cool to cut off the sleeves of your shirt, but that shirt was just made without sleeves.
Yeah. I think you got to pay extra to get it sleeveless, actually.
So if you drove from New Jersey to California to move, there's no way you could get all your shit in one car.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to make some tough decisions, and that's why the bike coming.
He has a bike and a suitcase. Is he staying here a week or like the rest of his life? I don't get
We're gonna play it by ear. Let me just put it that way. Is this okay? So I actually have another fun fact. We'll just get this right off the top. So of course Ralph Macchio plays Daniel
it.
LaRusso. And in the 80s, this was probably not as big of a deal, but in hindsight it is. But Charlie Sheen turned down the role of Daniel.
Wow.
Yeah,
Machio's perfect in this though.
he is.
Because he actually does look Sheen doesn't look like he's like an East Coaster. Machio does.
Sheen, I don't think could play like the vulnerability that he has. Like he would just show up and already kick the shit out of everyone in Cobra Kai. He'd be like, "Oh, okay, well, there's really no movie here, is there?" And he would tell Mr. Miyagi, like, "I ain't listening to no Asian." He's like, "What?"
And you just so when he kicked that door, that guy's like, "So you know karate?" I was like, "Cause he like kick over like I kicked over a toilet seat the other day because I didn't want to touch it, but no one asked me like if are you a UFC fighter?"
Yeah, I stubbed my toe in the trash can, and no one asked if I place kick for the Eagles.
Do we know this lady, Jeff? Is this one of your fun facts?
I have no idea who this is.
Oh,
Should I?
yeah, it's the grandma from Happy Gilmore.
Wow. They must have aged her up in this then, because she doesn't look that much
It's
older.
another, we're just fucking. It must be rush hour of the fucking restaurant. We're just hitting it with the fun facts early.
Yeah. I will say there's a lot of space here, you know?
There's a lot of room for opportunity, especially if you take that shit out of the pool and just put water in it. That'd be kind of cool.
I never understood the place with like the fucked up pool. It's California. We could use that thing year round. This wallpaper's got to go though.
When's that coming back in style?
Wallpaper?
The wallpaper and then like the yellow tile on the kitchen.
Yeah, just give it time. In
Like
fact,
it's
now's
all
the
like what are the ugliest colors you have? Like this, and this. Okay, I want that all in my kitchen. Just
his
one of
mom
them? No, all of them.
his mom's like, first thing we need to put in the house is the satanic doll on the bookshelf, obviously.
This reminds me of college when you move into a shithole and like one guy's like loves it. He's like, yeah, yeah, the sink don't work, shower don't work, can't flush a shit, but man, what we can get all that taken care of. Don't worry about it. We'll
But the
fix it.
location, oh, right by the highway. It's
You
Great
really
White.
have to, go pretty far to see a gang, like literally 2 blocks.
They usually don't come over here unless they're drinking. The teal aesthetic here, I mean, just works perfectly. It makes you really feel like you're in California. This could turn into a horror movie real quick.
Who said it? I mean, give it time, it will. And Miyagi, of course, is the maintenance man.
Yeah. Infamous scene of him catching the fly with the chopsticks.
Now, I haven't seen this remake with Will Smith's kid. I think you have, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I actually didn't hate it. Jackie Chan plays Mr.
Yeah, a
Miyagi.
lot of people didn't, but I just don't understand why not modernize that and make him want to learn UFC fighting. Or at least
Well,
fucking boxing.
yeah, at the time the remake came out, I think it was like '04. So I don't even know if UFC had fully
Eh.
taken off. Let me check when that came out. Jaden Smith, man, what could have been if he just wasn't a total psycho? Because that and The Pursuit of Happiness, he's awesome in.
They
Taraji
just
P.
they
Henson.
just don't really ask him to do movies anymore. He's like the crazy drunk friend. We just don't really ask him to hang out anymore, really.
Yeah, because like things just get out of control. Actually, you're right, Matt. That movie was 2010. I was way off.
Dude, you have to make that UFC. Make that more modernized.
But then you can't bring in Jackie Chan. Who would you get? Rampage Jackson.
I get Randy Couture, who's in the Expendables,
Maybe
and
we had
he's
to
the
film an
maintenance man.
Expendables movie this year, though.
It just teaches you how to beat the fuck out of everyone and choke them out.
Elizabeth Shue definitely pulling off the girl next door vibe. She looks way too young to be in college in real life here, though. To me, she looks like she's 15, 16.
No, they're in high school.
I'm saying in real life, she was in college at Harvard.
Oh,
What a show off. Don't you love that guy? New kid moves in. Give me the ball. It's a team sport, Danny.
God, look at that. The hole in the shirt. It's perfect, man.
When are they going to play a real sport like football?
I wish we had a prequel to this. I just want to see when her and Johnny were in love and kind of what happened.
People change, Matt. People grow up. He fucked another chick. Mainly the first two things.
I mean, she
She's like,
wasn't there though, so.
she's like, you fucked my cousin. I was getting to that, Lorraine. This is what you do. You always cut me off. What kind of set like I don't remember high school being like this, like before you would talk to a chick, but literally they've spent the past, I mean, assuming with the time lapse, 3 hours just looking at each other from 50 feet away. Never talking though. Just adjacent
Well,
campfires.
that one they're like 2 feet away. He's just like, "Hey, I'm Danny. Obviously, I'm new here."
Nothing was more attractive to the chick than the new kid. You could be anybody you wanted. And how jealous would the kids that were already there get when the new kid
I
moved in?
like the new girl better. That's pretty, and
Well,
then all the
obviously,
other pretty girls say that she has AIDS.
where'd you hear that?
Someone I just heard it from someone, and they never lie.
Jesus Christ, Billy
Sounds
Zap.
credible.
Billy
It's
Zap.
actually kind of dangerous. They could have set her on fire.
So here's Johnny, of course, and I have a really good Horns fun fact that Matt will no doubt be no surprise to you. Uh, William Zabka, which I think he likes to be referred to as in a formal setting, claims that he still owns the leather jacket he wore in this film, which just shows me he likes getting pussy.
Is he in literally anything else?
How I Met Your Mother, playing himself.
Like, and honestly, he's pretty good in this.
Yeah.
I love this. He's like, dude, I'm a senior. I can do what I want. You know, if a chick says no, it doesn't matter.
Chick says no, she just means not yet. That's what it means. Imagine in real life, though, Billy Zabka takes a chick home from the bar and shows her the leather jacket that he wore in The Karate Kid.
I guarantee you, man, he actually aged pretty well. In Cobra Kai, he looks pretty good.
For sure.
Machio hasn't. Like, it's not that he looks bad. He just looks like a little bitch. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, Sheen in this role definitely wouldn't have the vulnerabilities. You don't take somebody's boombox, bro. That is like, you promise you'll talk to me?
God, man, those motorbikes. So if you're in Cobra Kai, do you get a motorbike, or do you have to have a motorbike to get in Cobra Kai?
It's a good question. I think there's 3 belts. After you get past orange belt, the next belt is just a dirt bike.
It's like, hey, if you rip your opponent's throat out, you get that motorbike. So keep in mind, you're close.
Bring us an esophagus and we'll let you go in the garage and pick out the color you like. Oh, shit. Danny has no idea what he's getting into right here.
I mean, he just wants to talk to her. What's harm in that?
As a kid, and we've talked about this a lot with 90s movies, I just literally thought karate would be a part of every interaction that I had in my life. Job interview, guy'd be like, hey, before we make this official, you mind breaking a few boards for us?
Honestly, though, man, it is none of his business. They're having a dispute.
It's between me and the girl. You're Team Biff also, aren't you, in Back to the Future?
Yeah. Well, that's a little different. That was rape. This was just like him talking to her. He's like, I'm not doing anything. He just keeps tripping.
He did smash her radio, though. That's indefensible in 84.
It's true. That's the equivalent of basically throwing your cell phone in a river or something.
So the headband that I'm gonna keep calling him Billy Zabka instead of
Johnny.
Johnny. Yeah, but the headband that he has, does that just denote him as the leader of the gang?
It's just because the 80s and headbands were cool.
Is Danny purposely eating sand? Getting your ass kicked can go one of two ways. Either you get sympathy from the girl, like, "Oh, are you okay?" Or she's like, "Wow, you are a fucking pussy."
Well, his friends turn on him. His friends he just met. He's like, actually, I guess this guy's not as cool since he can't beat up the kid that's basically the karate champion of the state.
We were hoping a little bit of new blood would help us out.
He's like, see, man, I told you he was a loser.
They're just over there eating. Well, one more hot dog for us. Those eggs look gross. What a half-assed job at breakfast, Mom. Jesus.
So getting your ass kicked by Johnny, but then you get Elizabeth's shoe. I mean, yeah,
Worth it.
probably.
Plus, he got one good punch in on Johnny. It was probably a cheap shot, but nice little plug for Minute Maid right there. See,
I
Matt,
don't
that's
think that's
product.
really a cheap shot because the fight was already happening.
If
I
you
do disagree with that from How I Met Your Mother. Like he tripped him like 4 times with his foot.
that, I think they're talking about in the tournament at the end, which we'll have
Oh,
that
his
debate.
flying kick that's supposedly illegal. We'll
It's
get to that.
illegal. What do you mean supposedly?
Hey, I'm more Cobra Kai than anyone. Like I gotta,
Well, then
I'll show
fucking
you my
act like
back
it.
tattoo.
Is that above or below the pain don't hurt tattoo you have from
It's
Roadhouse?
above it. Both of them hurt like a motherfucker too. Had to bite on something for 4 hours.
Guys, like I can do both these tattoos in one sitting. You're like, I'm not don't have the pain tolerance to do that, man. I
Cried like a
appreciate
bitch. Wonder where his dad is.
He's coming back.
He's probably on his way. He's stuck in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah. He had a gas up in Arizona. Only had diesel, so first day at school, nothing like two kids posted up by a school bus
Oh
talking.
man, that was um. I'll say so Machio. He did this. This was a call. He did The Outsiders.
Oh
He
yeah,
did My Cousin Vinny, but that was way later.
yeah.
I think those are the only two movies he did in the '80s that were big.
There's not a lot of people who got out of the '80s. Think of like Anthony Michael Hall, Elizabeth Shue. Who's the redhead from 16 Candles?
Oh, fuck.
People at home are screaming at their fucking.
I'll get it.
I'll just look.
She's in the breakfast. Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. Yeah, but like it was you could be in a successful movie and for whatever because the 90s I think were just such a different
Yeah.
dynamic in film. Like not a lot of people could make it.
Well, he did 3 of these, I
Yeah.
think.
At least.
He did 3, and then there was the next Karate Kid with the chick from Million Dollar Baby,
That's right. Was Mr. Miyagi in that one too?
I think. So Mr. Miyagi was originally, I think this was before this. He was like the cook on Happy Days.
That's right. He Banner will love this. He's the voice of Master Splinter in the animated TMNT movie. I believe that was his
Wow.
last role actually.
So now the kids that didn't help him out in the fight are making fun of him by getting his ass kicked. Like, well, none of you stepped up.
You have the black eye to prove I'm the only one that was willing to jump in there. Are they going to do the oh god, classic bully technique?
It is interesting though, Jeff, in the California area that they all go to the same fucking school.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like 30 high schools that.
Yeah, there's like a mil. I mean, I think they're around LA. I would think.
Can anyone on this cheerleading team do a flip? Okay, thank you. God.
What else is Elizabeth Shoup in?
She's in Footloose, right? Oh, come on. He was going for the ball.
I don't think that's her. That ain't her in Footloose.
Hang on, she was in a bunch of other shit. While Danny gets pissed off about a clean tackle.
Is there dirty? Can you be dirty in soccer?
I don't know what he's so mad about. Like maybe have the touch further out in front of you. You'd never get that call in a game.
Especially you're a new kid. I mean, you're not a veteran. You haven't earned that call yet.
Exactly. Matt, she plays Jennifer in the second and third Back to the Futures. Not a huge role, obviously. Leaving Las Vegas, she's in The Saint, City of Angels, Hollow Man.
Oh, okay. Well, she just tagged around with Nicolas Cage for a while. That's good.
Of course, Piranha 3D. I mean, we all remember that.
I could tell you where I was
Oh, she's in
when I first saw
Cocktail.
that trailer.
Tom Cruise.
So he's been in town for like 10 hours and gotten 2 fights.
Yeah, if I'm like the principal at his high school, this kid's on my radar in a big way right now.
Like, dude, what's your deal?
Hey, thanks for coming over 4 days later since our fucking faucet didn't work. I know there's 6 whole tenants at this place. I fell off my bike. Me practicing kicks in my living room is totally unrelated to the bruise on my eye.
I love how that's not karate. That's just like an aerobic exercise, really.
At this point, Matt, I mean, he just needs to start from scratch. That rice looks disgusting. What
This
is
is
for lunch?
before YouTube, where you could just be like, learn karate. Here's 10 videos.
The school lunch today is rice, hot dogs, and mashed potatoes. Who's curating this fucking menu?
It's California. I thought it'd be like tofu or something.
Impossible meat.
Not yet. Give it time, Cartman.
So what's her allure with him that he got his ass beat, or at least he was willing to fight
I mean,
Johnny?
he's cute. He's showing her the soccer move. You know, he's a new kid. She's already fucked everyone in school. Why not?
He's got a quick trigger. Wait, what was the last thing you said?
She's a new kid.
I think it was. I guess there's a point if you have fucked everybody in school, like, I mean, the new kid coming in is like the only option, really.
So in the 80s, are we to believe that her and Johnny never had sex after their relationship? Is she still a virgin or
Is that what she's trying to tell us?
I don't know. Johnny has pictures on his phone that won't be a thing for 20 years, so
Polaroids.
is there anything more like teeny bopper than basically the filming in the cafeteria?
No, I mean that's where like all the key decisions take place in a high school film.
The director's like, listen, we got an hour till the cafeteria scene, so we need a lot of ideas here.
Throw some,
People are
nothing,
gonna leave the theater before
nothing's
the
a bad
cafeteria scene.
idea. Nothing's a bad idea, guys. Let's get a mind meld going. Pain does not exist in this dojo, does it? That's what I say when the fiance and I get back from eating a big meal. We're not gonna fucking groan on the couch.
I have a garage gym now, and I really want to paint that on the wall.
Why haven't you? I'll come over and help you do it. We should paint the Cobra Kai logo in your garage.
I
You think
know, it would be
your wife
awesome.
will let you?
I don't know if she care.
Like,
I
we can
don't know.
paint over that easily. That's not a problem. This dude's in the show also, right?
Yeah, spoiler.
That's a
Yes.
spoiler? When I highlight Cobra Kai, his face comes up on Netflix.
Oh, really? Okay. He's in the second season. It was like the end of the second season. It was like he shows up.
I already know. Well, I won't say that.
She's
I'm
in
not-
I think Rambo 2 with Stallone. He's in one of the Rambos.
He's like, if you couldn't afford David Hasselhoff in the 80s, this was your first call.
Yeah. Like you can't afford a steak, so you just like go to Taco Bell, get a
Right,
steak
we'll
quesadilla.
have meatloaf instead.
I like how, he's basically like, that picture that we saw a little bit ago. Like he's probably a Vietnam vet. That's what we're supposed to believe.
Yeah.
And now he teaches karate in a dojo. Because if anyone knows anything about the military, you don't use guns or anything like that. You just karate your way.
No, all of Vietnam was just fought hand-to-hand combat, right?
Pretty much.
It was frowned upon to use a weapon.
He's the perfect actor for this, though. Unless you could get like Chuck Norris or somebody.
Fuck, I had a fact. Here, let me search for it. Chuck Norris trained one of these guys. Let me look for it. I mean, again, any way you can throw Chuck Norris' name in the credits in the 80s, it's like you're printing money. That guy, when I've seen, he does a commercial now for like Quicken Loans or something, or like QuickBooks, because he's playing his Cobra Kai character. Have you seen it?
Okay. No, I haven't.
Okay, here's my Chuck Norris fact. This doesn't apply till the end, but the referee in the final match is a guy named Pat E. Johnson, a karate expert and former student of Chuck Norris. He instructed many movie stars in karate, and he's actually credited as the fight instructor slash choreographer for this film. So we got a Chuck Norris protege.
Oh, nice. I still say you should have just went up and tried to sign up for the dojo.
His mom won't let him, right?
She ain't got the money yet, Jeff, but don't worry, California's gonna turn her around.
This
These big things coming.
When did it go away that you would have milk with a meal? When was the last time you just drank a glass of milk with a like dinner or lunch?
I don't know. I don't really like milk.
I don't either. I only drink skim milk now, and even that bloats me. You know how I am, Matt.
Yeah, well, I'm fat as fuck, so.
That's true. Dude, what a great fucking shot of their shadows on the dirt bikes.
This is a great, I say iconic scene. This is probably, I'd think the Halloween dance is probably the most iconic scene of this movie,
Yeah,
but
just
this is
pedal
pretty close.
faster. You'll get away. Oh, shit. Imagine being the stunt guy that had to do this.
Like, you want to learn karate? Here, you gotta learn how to take a fall.
Remember to lead with your face.
Did you know any, I mean, because we're of age where people did karate, like karate was big. Did you know anyone that actually took karate?
Just my brother.
Your bro, Greg took karate?
Oh, yeah, he got pretty far. He was like right below black belt. He has like all his boards that he broke in his room at my mom's house.
Did he do like tournaments?
I think he just did like the classes.
Oh, okay. Because the
Yeah, it's,
tournaments, honestly, man, like, you if you punch somebody, you don't like try to break their nose. You just hit them barely, and it's a point, I think.
yeah, which I'm not about that. I'm more into the delivering pain. That's sort of
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna punch someone, I want to, seriously hurt them.
So he threw that bike away. We fucking lugged that thing all the way across the country, and
Yeah,
someone.
she's like, I hate this bike, and just like, what the fuck?
How's it the bike's fault? Like literally, what did the bike do?
And Miyagi won't fix, a light switch, but he'll fix a bike.
Whatever
Kinda
they're
weird.
paying Miyagi, it's too much. He does have the dream catcher outside of his. What I wouldn't say this is an apartment. It's like a fucking closet that he lives in, right next to the water heater. I'm sure.
It's good, I don't really need a vaporizer or anything. This never gets too stuffy in here.
Danny should be like, hey, we need to make a decision with the pool. Either fill it up with water or totally drain it so we can do cool skateboarding tricks
Yeah,
in it.
it's got to be one of the two, though.
Because this half and half bullshit isn't helping anybody.
It makes one think, how can they ride their dirt bikes? Well, I guess they're not riding them on the street, so because you gotta be. Well, they're probably 16. They're
But
seniors.
how'd they get him to the beach? Yeah, they like have their dad drop him off and then and then they rode down there and kicked the shit out of Danny.
Oh, you'll learn about Johnny's upbringing in Cobra Kai too, where his mom just married a rich guy that doesn't give a shit about him, so his life isn't as good as one would think. But he is technically a
Bro.
rich kid, I guess. But
This outfit is like criminal. Fucking camo pants with oh my god.
if
Who dressed?
I bet he dressed himself. If Elizabeth Shue won't put out wearing this, then nothing will work. I might as well just move back to New Jersey where the girls are easier.
I'll walk back if I have to.
Actually, someone will probably give me a lift because they think I'm a veteran. So
That's the key. Yeah, free rides with the camo pants.
Camo came back in with us though.
That is true.
That was about probably senior year of high school or something. Like it was cool to wear camo shorts again.
It took a hiatus for about 2 decades, but it came back with force.
Honestly, in the summer, man, I don't mind some camo shorts with flip-flops and a nice white shirt.
I don't appreciate Daniel just snapping at her like that. She's trying to help, bro. Trying to keep you from getting your ass beat for the third time in 2 weeks.
Well, he's getting his ass beat, but not getting any ass, so it's kind of probably starting to stress him out a little. Stresses me out too. He's got
New
nothing
set
to
of
show
wheels.
for it.
All right, if this doesn't close, if this doesn't get Allie to put out, then I don't know what will. Look at the fucking paint job on these wheels right here. I need to get a bonsai tree, and then anytime Matt, you need to talk to me about something important, I say, hang on, let me start trimming this with my back to you.
There's a lot of things in life I don't understand, but at the top of the list are bonsai trees. Like you don't want to trim them too much, just barely. I don't get what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of a metaphor.
And then in Cobra Kai, Daniel runs a car dealership, and if you buy a car, you get a free bonsai tree.
Oh my God.
So the competitor starts giving everyone free American flags because they're like, "This is America. We shouldn't be giving bonsai trees."
That's a good idea.
I'm really surprised that Johnny hasn't found some other chick. I mean, he probably does want to have a couple on the side, but
I think the allure in Allie is that she doesn't want him.
maybe
That
she did never put out, and that's why he wants her.
now you're starting to sound crazy. It's not the Allie I know.
Always try to look at the hot friends that don't talk to. There's kind of a cute girl beside him.
That are neglected in the background. Yeah, that's always a good place to start. Sometimes in a trade, Matt, you want the minor leaguers instead of just the big ticket items, you
They'll
know?
blossom into better players later.
Exactly. It's a good buy low. So does Johnny, is he like, hey, did you give me that bike? And Mr. Miyagi recites
I,
some like
which means I
haiku.
think yes. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
well, I just need to know because like my mom's asking and
I,
she wants to write a thank you card.
I, if this guy was still alive, he would have been in Mulan this year. No questions asked.
1000%.
He's dead, right? He has to be.
Yeah, he died after TMNT, which I think was like '06, '07. Mystery Men does a really good parody of all like Mr. Miyagi's sage wisdom when they at the end when they're training with that guy. Remember he like inverts every sentence. He's like,
Yes,
failure to think is thinking to fail. It's like
and
what?
we'll this isn't we're not here yet, but his whole wax on wax off thing, like it's been so overplayed, but this is like the first movie that's ever done it, so it was really cool.
Yeah. It's crazy you just never know with a film like what people are gonna leave with, like what's gonna stick with them. Sometimes it's the most minor details. Danny's like, mine's not as good as yours, but I actually think this thing looks pretty nice. I think I'm
Like
ready for the.
Danielson, you'll never get hand job in camo pants.
Well, that would have been really nice to know before I wore it on a Friday. Now all weekend, Allie's thinking about moving that out. Fuck, I wonder if I can ride by your house or something tomorrow.
I love though how, like, I mean, kind of overtly racist this is. Like, okay, Miyagi is uh, whatever Asian living above me. He obviously is not from here and he knows karate. Like, why couldn't he have just been from Santa Cruz and just went to Santa Cruz State?
I feel like the line in 21 Jump Street, I feel like in the 80s, in a weird way, it would have been more racist if he wasn't like affluent in karate and
That's
trimming
true.
bonsai trees as an Asian. So you're
Like, what if he wasn't doing a bonsai tree right now and just, watching the Dodgers play? See if
yeah,
they cover.
what if he's a big San Jose Sharks fan and he's just drinking a Bud Light watching the game on TV? No. That sounds more in line with the guy who'd be fixing the fucking faucet at a shitty apartment complex.
Yeah. It's almost like when Michael asked Daryl if he's in a gang on The Office.
Yeah, we'd be tickling each other.
Tick, tickle fights. Then we just laugh and get an ice
God.
cream cone.
See, Mr. Miyagi's giving him all these gifts. It's like, again, it referenced The Office when Dwight and Andy keep wanting someone to owe them something,
Hmm.
like owe them a favor. I'd be like a little suspicious at this point. This guy's gonna show up and expect to like have a night with your mom or something.
Daniel's like, maybe I'll just have Elizabeth's shoe and we'll just do a bonsai tree together. It'd be fun.
Be a good bonding exercise.
Miyagi later teaches him karate for free, though we think. I honestly think there's some deleted scenes between Miyagi and Daniel-san's mom that we just haven't seen yet.
Yeah, like you got to pay the bills somehow. He's like tax write-off not good enough. Nice Chargers jersey, bro. So he's already abandoned the Jets.
Okay, I've always wondered that. This isn't just some 80s like J.C. Penney's thing. This is actual Chargers jersey, right? Because there's no name on the back. I think it is though.
I mean, I'm assuming it's the Chargers, right? He's in. Although I guess they were the powder blues then with Dan Fouts, Kellen Winslow Sr. Yeah, just go ahead and take a beer out of my fridge. What if
What
that
happened to
was
Fouts? He used to do NBC games. He doesn't do that anymore.
He does, I think some CBS games.
Okay. Yeah, I think
It's
he's on
we-
CBS.
it's weird. He used to be the color commentator. I think they switched him to play-by-play, which rarely happens. Is 89 Kellen Winslow? I wonder. Let me check out Kellen Winslow. I'm gonna look him up. Kellen Winslow Chargers.
I don't think so. Wasn't he
He
80? Because that's
he was
why Kellen
80.
Winslow Jr. was
Yeah, you're right.
80. He was 89.
I don't know. I'm gonna share my
Keenan
screen.
McCardell. No, that's
God, I
that's
love
tough.
Keenan McCardell. I'm gonna share my screen with you real quick. Look at these fucking jerseys, bro. Look at this.
God, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what he's wearing, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you don't even know her. Oh, that is Allie. Never mind. Didn't recognize her with the hair. Going for a Queen Amidala look here, I think.
30 years before the making. All right, so we're getting to Halloween finally.
When do you think girls started dressing up really slutty for Halloween? I feel like we're a few years, maybe a decade before
Definitely
that.
not 84. I think that was like a new millennium type thing.
We were born at the right time then.
We were born at the greatest time, yes. From about sophomore to high school to senior in college was Halloween was so
It was
fun.
our Super Bowl, yeah.
And if you were dating a chick, you'd ask, "What are you wearing for Halloween?" She's like, "I think I'm just gonna be, like just have a pumpkin costume." I'm just like, "Oh."
Really? So I'm gonna be at the party seeing 15 slutty cats, and you'll be a round pumpkin. It's awesome.
It's fun.
So what is this thing? Like a fuck booth? I'm confused.
He's supposed to be a shower.
Oh, that's his costume.
Yeah.
That's a pretty clever one, the chicken.
Yeah, I was trying to see. I mean, I don't. Between like 84, Terminator just came out. I don't know if it came out of this, but if anyone was dressed as there, I don't know.
Bro, don't peek in stalls. It's fucking weird.
Johnny's headphones in this are cool too, because okay, so headphones have went through a huge fucking up and down. So you used to have big ones like that. Johnny's were kind of big. Then you wanted the earbuds from the iPhone, and now we have big headphones again.
Hmm. The crazy thing about those headphones, we've talked about this a little bit. They're really just like speakers that you would put over your ears. So like if someone was sitting next to you, they could clearly hear
Right.
what you were listening to.
But Johnny rolling a doobie, like in the 80s, they're like, yeah, he's a bad kid. But nowadays we're like, so
Maybe
like
it's medicinal.
he's not shooting up heroin in there. So who cares? Look, it's legal in California now.
Yeah. Honestly, if guys rolling a joint and you get the joint wet, that's a criminal offense.
Yeah. Especially if it's California Kush. You know how much that shit cost?
God. More than his allowance weekly, I'll tell you that, meaning he has to save.
So this is where, and you can speak to this way more than I can on How I Met Your Mother. But isn't this where Zapka kind of says like, "Hey, it was over and shit," and then he kind of started again?
Yeah, I mean, And Barney Stinson is a fan of Johnny. Like he
Yeah.
supports Cobra Kai Dojo. That's why Billy Zabka ends up being his best man. Um, but yeah, I mean, Danny's not innocent in this at all. In fact, you could probably argue, especially now that the Cobra Kai show is out, like, is he even considered the protagonist in retrospect? Like, because Cobra Kai is kind of from their point of view, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple scenes where Johnny kind of explains like, "Hey man, like, me and her, we were on the outs, but I was trying to make it right. That's why I want to talk to her." And she was like pissing me off and shit. And then he just comes and fucking butts in, and then he sucker punches me. And then I'm just chilling in the bathroom stall trying to roll a doobie, and then he fucking waters me and shit. So
Do you think Elizabeth Shue will ever show up in the show?
she hasn't yet, even though
Dude,
both of them have Facebook stalked her, which is kind of funny.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny. This is giving me Batman Forever vibes. When Robin goes into the house,
Yeah, yeah.
like
They
I wonder,
probably were Cobra Kai's.
you would hope. I wonder if they got inspired by this. This is when Batman would show up in like a Tim Burton movie.
But what did he think was going to happen? He's a huge shower curtain. There's no way he's going to outrun these guys.
I know. And dude, if you can wear that roundhouse kick from Johnny and even get back up, I already have a lot of respect for you.
That wasn't his. That wasn't his fastball though.
No. He took a little bit off of it. It's like I would have killed your head would be in the fucking pool right now if I actually tried my real roundhouse kick. Great 90s trope, old man beats up kids.
Just kicks
Like,
the shit out of him and just leaves him there. What if one of them actually like just suffocated and died?
yeah, like your body needs to be registered as a lethal weapon. He just chopped that guy in the gut. Like he could have punctured a lung. Now, do you think how far would they have gone? Would they have killed Danny?
I don't know. They've already beat the shit out of him pretty good. I don't think they would have killed him. I don't know. They would have because his friend was like, "Johnny, that's enough." Like the one friend was kind of trying to push him off of there. Johnny's just pissed.
Yeah, but Johnny doesn't listen. You know that. That's what makes him Johnny. I bet Danny asked for a Kellen Winslow jersey, and his mom brought this home. He's like, "Mom, who the fuck is 89 on the
I
Chargers?"
mean, before Allie's parents came in, she kept telling Johnny no. I go to bed at night knowing that Johnny would have stopped. So I think he would have stopped here too.
Yeah, I know we all live in the world we want to believe exists.
I don't know. There's no mercy though.
But you don't tell no to Johnny. That's the problem. Like, who do you think you are to even say that? I know that what I've seen from Danny so far in 3 fights is the kid really can't take a punch.
Well, he's not really defending himself either. He's kind of just letting
Yeah.
him punch him.
Think about like how much damage and of a beating like Rocky takes in his movies. Check out our Rocky movie commentary versus what Danny has taken in this. Like one punch and he's done in every single fight.
I mean, this I'll have to say it's 100% his fault. They weren't even doing anything to him, and then he just fucking doused him with water.
Yeah, am I supposed to feel like he's the victim here?
Pretty much.
Well, it's not working.
The Miyagi comes out of nowhere and beats the fuck out of a bunch of 17-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean the cops would be here in 5 seconds, especially if Johnny's rich, like you were saying. Like, yeah, where's the 60-year-old that just fucking assaulted these kids?
And if you're okay with that, then you should be okay if his maintenance man was black with a cocked LA Dodgers shirt and he just came out and opened up a 9 and killed all the kids. Because that's pretty much what they're saying here.
Yeah, the movie would take a very different direction.
And then he tosses the gun to Danny. He's like, "Hey, get rid of that, would you?" Like, I've never planted a weapon before.
Bury it in the field. The cops will bring dogs out here and they'll smell and they'll find it. It's like, you seem really prepared for this. Is this specialty, do you think?
So this is also something that shows up in the show where if the kid gets hurt, he just feeds him this tea. which I don't think that's legal anyway. Like they didn't have the drug tests weren't as good as in '84.
The drug test didn't exist in '84.
Steroids were just coming on the map right now.
God, that's when sports were about to get fun.
We were about 6 years away from them getting really fun. Yeah.
See, the path that Danny's on right now, this is what leads to serious problems in relationships. Like he's gonna end up being like a dominatrix, you know, like he needs to be like abused in the bedroom just because he's a glutton for punishment.
And also the only really tool he has in his bag on impressing a hot chick is getting his ass totally kicked 5 times.
Because I'll tell you this, the new kid card and like the shine of it, that's wearing off pretty quick.
Yeah, it's kind of like a boxer. You're gonna have to learn how to defend yourself a little bit. You're just not gonna last too long.
Right.
Leading with the helmet.
You've been here 3 weeks now. You're not really the new kid anymore. I mean, God forbid another kid fucking moves in. Then Allie will be like, well, now you're yesterday's news. Plus, you don't even have a Kellen Winslow jersey. Who is 89? Was he play special teams? I don't know, Allie. My mom bought it. I told
He's to buy a Raiders jersey. Then the kids won't pick on him.
That's true. They'll be really scared.
Yeah.
I got a couple cholos who live at my apartment complex. So if you really want to fuck with me, why don't you come to 9223 Port Beach Way on Sunday with a Chargers shirt on and see how much you last.
Yeah. So Miyagi died. Was that when we had a podcast?
No.
Okay.
TMNT.
Good, because that would be definitely dropping the ball on us, not having a tribute show to him.
We've been pretty bad with that. Yeah, he died in 05. So, oh my gosh, he voiced the Emperor in Mulan. Forgot about that.
I told you if he wasn't in the live action Mulan this year, then he's dead.
Was I wrong about him being in TMNT? This isn't showing up on his IMDb. I swear to God, he's in that movie.
He voices Splinter in like.
I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't think so. Splinter had like an American accent.
No, I mean the animated one that came out with Chris
maybe.
Evans and Patrick Stewart. I just made that whole thing up. So people that have been listening this whole time are like, this guy's full of shit.
I'm sure someone in the comments saying, that's actually not correct.
And now that we called them out and did the voice, they're going to comment again, which you're just making our point for us.
Actually, Splinter in the animated series was voiced by Pat McAfee.
I think Henrik will appreciate
Talented voice actor that got his start at Brooklyn Film School.
Was it one of the Star Wars movie commentaries where you were like, and if you're going to tell us what the badge is on the Imperial officer's
stop
shirt,
listening. We
you're
don't
listening
care.
to the wrong podcast. We love Star Wars, but we also like seeing women naked. So screen doors aren't a thing anymore, right? You have a house. You guys have a screen door?
No, I don't know if that's not a thing. I had that growing up though.
Yeah, we did too.
What was it for?
Like if you wanted to feel the air from the outside, we didn't want like bugs getting in.
Why don't we have that anymore? It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I'm going to order one from Amazon once we get off pod. That sounds amazing.
They would break a lot though. Like I remember like my brother accidentally walked through ours one time.
Well, that's because like with kids and stuff, when you're throwing your brother through it, yeah, it's not meant to hold that.
I told my mom he tripped, but yeah, of course I pushed him. He initiated the contact though.
Did your brother ever use karate against you?
He tried, but being 3 years older, like I was just so much stronger. I would like invite it when we were fighting. I'd be like, try your fucking karate moves.
Like shoving him.
Yeah, and he would try them.
You do that in church? Yeah, try your wussy ass karate moves on me.
Go ahead. I wish your sensei could see you now. So did he tell Miyagi like, bro, you got to check out this dojo. It's fucking lit.
This is a great scene too. So you haven't seen this movie in a while. It's actually a really good movie.
See, this is the stuff the Foot Clan does, right? Like Tatsu'd be walking around. If your form's off, he buys.
Yeah, oh yeah. We're not paying that guy just to walk around and look good. And check your fucking form and shit.
I bet you that guy's high kicks will be on point next time, right? You only got to slam them once. Usually they figure it out. I wish Dwight Schrute was in this class.
I've never seen the second or third one. I think the second one, they say like Miyagi's dad dies, which makes no sense because he's like 80 in this fucking film supposedly,
And what did his
and they
dad
go
have him
back
when he
to
was 8?
China or Japan or something.
Dude, the Cobra Kai logo is fucking tight.
We should get it like we should get tattoos of Cobra Kai on our
Yeah.
bicep.
On our dicks. Oh no, our biceps, yeah. Dude, they don't give much room to fight here, right? Hey, you have a 4x4 area.
Jeff, do you know how much rent goes in California in '84? That strip mall?
There's a kid in the, oh, you can't see him now, in the back, a little long-haired kid. And let me just say, he's got a little more poundage on him than the average Cobra Kai student. I wonder how hot his mom is to get him in this class.
That's the other thing I don't know about karate. Is it like wrestling where there's weight classes? Or you just fight a karate if the one dude's 200 pounds and you're 120?
That's a good question. You would think it would be like almost unfair.
Because obviously all of these kids in this show are about the same, like probably 155 or something.
I mean, they're clearly setting up like Miyagi and him to fight at some point, right? Do they? I can't remember.
Yeah, kinda at the end.
Dude, Three Ninjas ripped everything off from this, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Well, it's great too. Check out our movie commentary on that because literally, like,
The grandpa even looks like Miyagi.
I know, but like literally, like, God, that poster for that karate tournament, how 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miyagi comes into a fucking dojo and says no more fighting. That'd be like
Well,
walking
what's
into
great,
Walmart and saying
it
no
is
more
smart
pinky.
on his part. He's like, hey, don't touch my fighter until the fucking fight. He's like, you got some balls, old man.
Jesus, you need that poster in your garage gym too. Then when you can work out and be like you're training to enter the karate competition, that'll be your
In
motivation.
1984 on December
Yeah.
19th.
All right. Well, we got to get in fucking shape, Matt. We
First, we
only
got to
have
get in shape. Then we got to get a DeLorean,
yeah,
and
we
then
only have
we'll be good.
negative 26 years.
I got an idea. I'm gonna just be juiced up on steroids. In '84, they won't even know what the fuck to do with that. They'll be
They
like,
don't
"What the
even
hell?"
know. They wouldn't even know how to test you if they wanted to. This guy seems way more emotionally unstable than everyone else. It's probably just going through some shit at home. If you're in a sling, Matt, just don't show up to the karate cast. That would be like if you're like ACL's torn and you still put your pads and helmet on. You're like standing
Yeah.
in crutches. You're not gonna play.
Wonder if
I
he's
bet
married, the leader of Cobra Kai.
he's married to the game.
I'm sure he just. I'm sure he's one that's like, all right, we're gonna in class a little early today. I got a date, so
If he is married, I bet when he goes home, he's a total cuck. Like his wife bosses him around. That's why he's the way he is in the dojo. That's the only place he feels in control of his own life. I'm not kidding you. I bet we could buy this poster on Amazon, and if I got that for you as a gift, you'd fucking love it.
I I bet Ronnie has it
Probably.
next to his Gordon Bombay cutout.
You know, he actually has a Queen Amidala cutout that his wife makes him like put in the corner of the room. It's her on Geonosis, where she has like her midriff exposed.
I did not know that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he'll
I'm
show
gonna
it.
ask to see it next time I'm over
They'll
there.
show it to you. If you jump on the commentary with them today, he'll show it to you. God, they don't make cars like this anymore. These things are made of fucking steel.
It's pretty ballsy to say, hey, your kid that's the best in the state at karate, I'm gonna have him fight my kid that I plan to train here in a couple weeks that's never done karate. What if he's not good?
Why does Miyagi have a dog in the fight? It's almost like he just wants to see Danny get killed. He met Danny 3 weeks ago. He gave him a bonsai tree. That's great. And a bike. Now he's going to get him killed, basically. He's like, you never actually got me anything for the bike. You never made me like any baked goods. Seems kind of unappreciative.
That's the only problem with this movie I have. I feel like their relationship's really rushed.
Well, I just don't know what it stems from. Like, where did we even get started here? It's all based on proximity. They're just near each other, so they like each other.
Well, Miyagi believes that karate is only for defense. You're only supposed to use it like if attacked. And he sees these kids using it basically to bully everybody, so he doesn't like it and he wants to help Danny, I guess.
Right. That's why he jumped the fence to beat them up, and he went into the dojo to initiate the fight. Makes total sense. That's like Ron Artest saying, like, I'm just here to take charges. Well, yeah, but you also ran in the stands and punched two fans. That was after Ben Wallace pushed me.
But the fans didn't do anything, so
This is totally off topic, but they need to make a biopic on Ron Artest because how cool would it be to see in a movie a reenactment of the Malice in the Palace?
he actually was really good at St. John's coming out of
Oh, he
college.
was. He was a really good NBA player.
Actually, I think his correct name is World Be Free now, isn't it?
He changed it again from Meta World Peace.
Sorry, Meta World Peace. World Be Free is a player in the 70s. Meta World Peace. Forgot about that.
This headband is like way too starched. I like the Cobra Kai logo. If this is Miyagi's logo, not feeling it. This thing's not going to move near as much product as Cobra Kai would.
When I watched this a couple weeks ago, Jeff, I was extremely surprised that his training to be a karate like isn't a montage scene.
Yes. This was, oh man, like in the prime of montage
I
scenes.
know it like you would think it'd be like a split screen of him and Johnny training and how he's washing a car and Johnny's like breaking boards and shit, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, montage scene. I know we say show us, don't tell us on the podcast. The one exception is a montage scene.
That's a
Just,
very good exception.
yeah, just tell me. Um,
Montage
this,
shows us though a lot of times.
that's
They don't
true. It
tell
does.
us.
It just shows us, but like sped up.
Yeah.
The song from Team America called Montage
Yeah.
is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Show lots of things happening at once, remind everyone of what's going on. And with every shot, show a little improvement, 'cause to show it all would take too long.
Because they do have "You're the Best Around." That's the
Yeah.
song in this movie that
Hmm.
killed it, and I'm really surprised that that's at the very end, but it's not. I guess the montage technically would be the karate tournament because they
Yeah,
kind of show that quick, but
but like you're saying, the montage has to be like when he's improving and learning the skills.
yeah,
Like
and
that, think
actually a
about like,
montage, like you said, is like if it takes like 2 months, they'll do it really quick. The karate tournament is in one day, like it's only on December 19th.
yeah. I always think like the Rocky workout montage sets the bar, like with Eye of the Tiger, because it's like his whole training regimen, basically.
Is there any better montage than what Rocky did? I think Rocky might have created it too.
It created it and perfected it at the same time, which is hard to do. By the way, I don't know if you saw Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut.
Oh, nice. Who's the bad guy? Mr. T's nephew?
You joke, but Clubber Lang's probably going to be. I mean, that's the whole point of the franchise, right? Is like
I
we
want
dig.
it to be his, it can't be his son though. I want it to be like his second nephew, like twice removed. Like it's not even his bloodline.
Yeah, they've spent like one Christmas together. They had each other in Secret Santa. He's like, Miyagi, are you dead? With old people, you never know, man. You got to shake them.
Just kick him a little. So we weren't born when this movie came out, but I don't know if you asked our parents, they probably saw it, but this was probably huge to high school kids. Probably somebody that's 10 years older than us, probably
Oh yeah, I mean,
15.
this was probably like the date movie.
Oh
Danny
yeah.
looks like he took a cheese grater to his face. I don't get why Johnny's mad. We have the date set. We're gonna kick the shit out of each other. Like this is just like the pre-fight posturing, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, Danny's kind of like milking it a little bit, which is saying something because all he's learned to do is basically wax a fucking car.
Yeah, that's what. How's that gonna help you not get your ass beat?
Maybe say, "Hey Johnny, instead of you beating my ass, what if I wax your motorbike for 2 months because I got a lot of practice?"
He's like, I'm confused, but yeah. What's the line in
How about
Talladega
I just
Nights.
kick your ass and make you wax my motorbike because I can do both? Well,
I'm
shit, you can,
confused
but
by your tactics, so I'm going to keep acting tough till I figure them out. Plus, if you're Johnny, I'd be like, hey, Danny, the bruises on your face are from me. The bruises on my face are when I was fucking sucker punched by your Chinese neighbor. So why are you cocky? You didn't do this to my face. I did it to yours. You think Nelly saw that band-aid on his face? He's like, man, if we just move that below the eyeball, we might be working with something here.
so Three Ninjas, obviously, Miyagi was just too much money for him. There's no way they could afford him.
I can imagine that phone call to
It's like we got
negotiate.
to try. Like you know we won't do it, but we got to try.
Yeah,
And then we'll
100.
get this other guy.
That was good for Three Ninjas. They had a little bit of leverage, because they had Mr. Miyagi Light. We still need to do the other Three Ninjas movies.
The one with Hulk Hogan, yes.
High Noon at Mega Mountain. You know I love that movie.
And Hulk Hogan's not even the bad guy, which makes no sense.
No. I was doing my top 100 list for our 5-year anniversary, and that movie just got bumped out. Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
I bet that was a tough decision to make.
It was hard, but when 310 to Yuma got thrown into the wood chipper,
like
it pushed it out.
like talking to your wife, you're just like, I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can kick it out.
Do I go with Gladiator or Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain?
Thurman would have shit his pants if you would have knocked out 310 to Yuma for
Well, it didn't even
Three
work like that
Ninjas, the sequel.
because 310 to Yuma ended up in like my top 20, and so High Noon at Mega Mountain was 100, so it just got pushed
310 to
out
Yuma is in your top 20 movies of all time.
so far. Like I put them in the wood
Okay.
chipper, and you know how it works. Like I have my list on the right, take the movie from the left, and move it down and see where it ends up. Dude, look at this fucking jumpsuit.
So the
Nothing
chick's
says.
just like I mean, you have to honestly just reject pussy if you're wearing that.
I mean, his dad. It's like, are you rich or do you come off the bench for the Sacramento Kings? I don't even know. This mom is in something else. What the fuck is she in? I wouldn't even know who she is on the cast list. Looking at it.
I'm wondering about the school, Jeff. I mean, we got Daniel that since he started has had a ton of bruises. I mean, I don't know if they know that he lives with a single mom, but is he abused? We got a kid that's in a sling from getting the shit knocked out of him from a fucking 80-year-old. Where's the guidance counselor at this fucking school?
Yeah, completely absent in all this. I mean, kids should not walk around perpetually with bruises on their face when they're in high school.
Not for like literally 3 weeks, no.
Like, what's the longest in this movie? And it's kind of hard to tell the time difference, but I understand it's the Karate Kid. I get that. But what's the longest time period Danny's gone without getting in a fight since he moved here? 2 days, maybe? Or some altercation.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
he
that's
got two
not.
fights in like literally 10 hours when he moved in.
Yeah. And then he got run off the fucking road. Then he got in the fight at the Halloween party. Kind of a cool character thing that they always have to push start the car. Also, just as an aside, if you're anyone at home considering moving cross country, if you have to push start your station wagon, maybe let's table that idea for
We
a
just
little while.
wait.
Yeah, wait till we have an actual fucking vehicle that works. Remember when your parents used to drop you off on dates?
I don't know if they really dropped me off on. They dropped me off at the movie theater.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, and I was with a bunch of my friends, and like a girl was there, I guess. But I never went. I mean, we just meet each other there. I never would have my parents pick up the girl, and then we'd go putt
Yeah,
golfing.
that wouldn't. I'm sorry. I guess this is different. I would be dropped off separately, but dude,
Yeah,
I love these hockey games.
I mean, literally, I would be like, "Mom, it's the movie theater's 3 blocks down that way. Why don't you just park it here? I'll walk."
But what are you embarrassed of me? No, mom. It's look. Don't
Mom,
make
I love you. I'm just not gonna get any ass if like my mom drops me off. You know what
no.
I
It's
mean?
not. Don't make this about you. How much money does all this shit cost? Because I'm thinking of Dave and Buster's right now. Just the activities they've done, we're looking at $60.
In '84 is probably $23, which was honestly probably like $100 at Dave and Buster's. I'll have to say though, this place looks badass, and they do go to this place too in Cobra Kai, which begs
Really?
the question: like, come on, like a bunch of these places would be something else.
Yeah. This
Like
would be
that apartment building would be like a 7-Eleven.
100%. The wax paper cups, those have gone away. Huge thing in the 80s.
God, you're taking out the richest girl in school, whose parents probably hate you.
Fuck, look at that convertible.
This is
Let's
where
think
he
about
finally realizes, oh, girls like cars, not bikes, sickles.
this is Eddie. How do you know Eddie? We're just yeah, we're friends. We're friends, Dan. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
oh yeah, we're friends, all right.
What's it from where he goes, how don't we know each other? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
the breakup.
Yeah, that's right. Just to get in that guy's fucking head before their date. She
And
wanted
this
to
is
go
where
with
you
him.
just tell her, like, you could have went. You could have went if you was like, I didn't want to. Like, yeah, well, you could have. I wouldn't have
Well,
cared if you went.
here's the thing. If you say you don't want to go, then we can't go to fucking pouty face right off the bat, right? Because those things don't come make sense in tandem. And he's like, I know that it dries you up like a fucking desert to have my mom come pick us up in the station wagon, but this is the life I lead.
Man, I'll tell you, dude. Like, there's probably some alternate universe thing on YouTube you can read where Miyagi's actually his dad. I mean,
Probably.
teach him how to fight. He's gonna give him a car here in a second.
Dude, I bet there's some crazy theories online. Like, I bet people have a theory that Miyagi's like made up, like an imagination that Danny has.
I mean, yeah, but he like actually talks to a lot of other people. But
No, but that's Danny. Danny's doing all that, you know? Danny walked into Cobra Kai. Who knew he had this set up back here? Jesus. If you can build all this, Miyagi, how come our fucking faucet still leaks?
Miyagi says, Daniel-san, I see that Ali didn't put out. So here's a car.
What? How do you know that?
Miyagi know everything.
Yeah, I mean, we started making out and I tried to stick my hand up her shirt. She freaked out.
Something about my
Went
mom being in the car. I don't know. Wasn't really listening.
something about us having to push start the station wagon again. Does Miyagi own all those cars out front?
Somehow. So he, him being just a handyman at the shithole apartment in probably like Fresno, California, he has like 4 cars that all run well too. Unless he can work on cars.
But think alone, like what would the insurance payments be each month for those? I mean, that's where all
Uncle
this money goes.
Uncle Sam know not of Miyagi's cars.
Be best if this stayed between us, Daniel.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone asks, my name is Alan Johnson.
Yeah. Miyagi don't
What?
believe in taxes. Really.
Miyagi don't believe in. America has never done anything for Miyagi, so
Yeah.
I don't feel I should pay them.
As
Dude, the
long as
grandpa,
Miyagi no vote, then Miyagi gets to have cars.
then we're even. Uh, the even the wife beater he's wearing, like Grandpa in Three Ninjas wears this too, almost exclusively, I think.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you could use the shoulder workout, Danny, especially if you have half your wardrobe is fucking tank tops. Is he like a sophomore in high school?
Well, I know Johnny's a senior,
Okay.
so man, I can't remember the second, third one if he's still in high school or not.
Is Johnny the villain in the second one?
I don't think he's in it, but I think the guy that runs the Cobra Kai is. Are they very good? Like, are they critically acclaimed, or like people are like, oh, these
I
are
don't.
actually good, or are they terrible?
Yeah, I don't think they're like total train wrecks, but I think this one is like far and away viewed as
Well,
the
yeah.
best one.
Anytime you have a high school movie, and then you think, okay, well, let's take them out of high school and do something that never works.
Right. Because all the shit that we liked is set in high school.
Yeah.
All right. Let me use the restroom real quick.
All right. So we are over halfway through this movie, and Daniel has not learned how to throw a punch or a kick or anything. Miyagi, all he had to do is clean the cars. He's about to have him do something with the fucking house and the gutters. Probably cleaned his toilet or something, and filled out Miyagi's taxes, his W-2. If you've seen Cobra Kai season 1 or 2, comment below because I'm about to season 3 and it is absolutely fantastic. One of the greatest like spin-off shows I've ever seen. Love to say like that's kind of what they should have done with the Karate Kid with the Will Smith one is they should have just basically had Zapka and Daniel LaRusso come back and then do something with that way. But the wax on, wax off is about to pay off because then he's going to learn how to block a punch and duck and dive. And if you have any other 80s movie commentaries you want us to do, please comment below. So Ralph Macchio, one of his first acting gigs was, I believe, The Outsiders, and then this one is what put him on the map. Then he did Karate Kid 2 and 3. My Cousin Vinny is one of his last big movies, like blockbuster movies that he did. And he's in Beer League, which
really?
that's kind of a cult classic.
I need to revisit Beer League.
Beer League isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's not like as funny as it thinks it is, but
No.
it is funny. The concept I think is actually funnier than the movie. Like someone should try that again.
Grown men playing softball, yes. So this, I always thought this was stupid, but it makes sense. Like he is working his muscles that he uses to fight, so it's kind of, working out and learning just like the techniques and stuff. But whenever Miyagi tries to like have him block punches, like it happens like way too soon.
Yeah. Look, let's just call a spade a spade. Miyagi's also trying to get his fucking housework done for free. Okay, let's not try and mince words.
So every time he has a new karate student, he's probably thinking, it's like, oh, well, I could, maybe make the garage a 2-car garage or something, like have it like pour concrete.
Yeah, I was actually
do
thinking
like
about
manual labor.
I was thinking about laying some tile down in the kitchen, and a new kid did just move in. It's almost predatory when you look at it that way. He's like, that's why he does a shitty job at maintenance. This kid will move out, new kid moves in, bingo,
You do some
bango.
chair rail, something like
You have a
that.
gazebo built, yeah. I don't know nothing about Pat Morita, the actor who plays Mr. Miyagi. I wonder if he was like because like assuming this is sort of what put him on the map in the United States, he's obviously, up there in years when he gets his break here. I wonder if he was like a huge actor in China or something.
I mean, Happy Days is what probably put him on the map. And then this, we're like, okay, this is just like a typecast thing for him. But after this, he got a lot of like spot roles on like TV shows and like shit like that.
So it looks like on his IMDb, he was actually born in Ileton, California.
Yeah, he's not even from over there.
We're so fucking racist, and we don't even. God, we suck.
He's like, I've actually never even traveled to China. He's got like a.
He's like, my real name is literally Pat. So I don't know why you think I'm fucking from.
What's his last name?
Morita, Morita.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
I get it, Johnny. I'd be getting a little frustrated too. He did like a few bit roles in like all the big shows. He was on the original Hawaii Five-O. He was on MASH for a little bit. He was on Sanford and Son for 7 episodes.
Dude, he's made his way around the TV circuit then.
He was on Starsky and Hutch in an episode. The Love Boat. Yeah, dude. The Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby.
What episode is he on The Incredible Hulk? I kind of want to watch it.
Let me find it. He plays Fred in Stop the Presses.
It's actually kind of a long movie for an 80s movie. 2 hours.
Sure. He was in Magnum PI. Good on Pat Morita. His agent did good work, man. Like, if you needed an Asian elderly gentleman, like, he got the role, basically, from the early 70s to mid 80s.
But actually, I mean, if you ever gone to California, what do they call it? Just like Pacific Islanders?
Yeah, there's a large Pacific Islander population.
And they're not Asian. Like, I mean, they're not like from China. I mean, they're born here.
Yeah.
But in 84, we didn't understand that. So we just like
I don't get it. You look slightly different than me, so you must
So either you know karate or you need to learn it in 2 weeks when we get on set.
It's
you
up
can
to
figure
you.
that out, but
I'm giving you the ball's in your court.
So far he's been Huck Finn and painted a fence. He's washed cars.
What if after he does like all the fucking housework at the house, Mr. Miyagi's like, I just don't think you're ready, bro. Sorry. Hey, maybe next year.
But I'm actually going to that tournament. I'm going to get my ass kicked. Probably, yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. In fact, you might die, so I would get your affairs in order before you leave, if you know what I'm saying.
That's the other thing I don't understand about him and Johnny. So, obviously, for movie's sake, they're on different sides of the bracket. But if he's brand new,
I forgot about that.
He's like, but I mean, he's gonna have to win every fucking match to even face Johnny, because Johnny's probably gonna be in the championship.
I know Johnny's like kind of an asshole, I guess, but dude, there's probably some kid who just focuses solely on karate who's like technically just as good.
Yeah, but it's not Daniel. So like you're telling me that Daniel's gonna win 10 matches and then face Johnny? That'd be like Duke and North Carolina coming face to face. Like, how about we meet each other in the national championship? Like, yeah, that sounds good, but you're gonna have to win 8 games.
Florida State in the second round. Yeah.
Like that probably is not going to happen.
The solution there, Matt, is that Duke painted Coach K's house before, so they were ready to win the whole fucking tournament. The karate stuff is really cool. When is the scene where he's like on the beach?
Probably in here in about 15 minutes. When would you have quit? After he had me paint, once he said paint this wall, I'd be like, all right, you don't know anything.
When he said paint the house, I would have been out.
I would have told Johnny, like, listen, can we just call a truce? I don't know karate.
Or I would go stand outside like the window at Cobra Kai and try to just like watch what they're doing and learn. Yeah. Maybe I can learn their move.
The Bill Belichick.
Hey, you need to fucking leave. What? Is it a crime to stand on the sidewalk?
And tape this?
Last I checked. Now, if you guys could stand still, the tripod and the camera don't have sport mode, so it's getting a little blurry.
Paint the house. Miyagi have hot date.
Well, slightly hot date.
Yeah, well,
if she looked like her profile.
You don't need to know all that. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this.
What if Miyagi was just a total player? Every time you see him, he's got like 2 new chicks on both of his arms. Yeah, here we go. I was gonna say the whole fucking movie's in California. We've only been to the beach once. Man, nothing like staring out at the beach, contemplating how bad you're about to get your ass whooped.
Anytime you want to win anything, just go to a beach and stare at it. You'll win. If Rocky 3, yeah. If Rocky 3 has taught us anything in this movie.
And if you want to get a girl back who you fucked things up with irreparably, go to a lake and throw some rocks in it. Those are the 2 ways water can cure all your ails.
I can't believe you cheated on me with my 2 best friends. I just stared at a lake for 3 hours. Okay.
Did you skip rocks in it? Yes, of course I skipped rocks in it. All right, well, I'm willing to give this another shot then.
There's even some like Savage Garden playing in the background, so we
Mr.
should be
Miyagi's
good.
like, all right, you got to be quick, Daniel. I was drunk here one time and exposed myself to some fucking teenagers, so we
Not
can't
really
actually
supposed to
stay.
be here.
Yeah, we can't stay too long. They know my car. What? I'm just trying to train. Yeah, no, I get the train, but do your thing in the waves and let's get the fuck out of here. This cop always comes by here around noon after his lunch break.
And I when I watched this, I thought there would be a like if Miyagi was like Vietnamese, and that's why he doesn't like Cobra Kai because he fought in the Vietnam War, but I don't think that's it either.
Damn, that would have been a cool angle.
I know. I think it's just because he just likes Daniel for some reason.
Something about his face. It's weird. He's not even trying to bang his mom.
Maybe it's darker than that.
Maybe it's something. Maybe it's a thong. Maybe it's something.
Cool, I don't even know about. So like an hour in, hasn't fought at all. Miyagi's taught him how to fight in 10 minutes. You're good.
Nice watch.
Is that a blanket or a towel?
Yes. Hi.
Natural nature rule. Father teach.
Also, too, Daniel has to go through all the Cobra Kai just to get to Johnny.
Oh, of course. What are these guys fucking? See, that's a senator's hat, Matt. Now we would think it's a Nationals hat.
Were the Senators a team in '84?
Yeah, they're in Washington, right?
In
Well, no, you're
'84?
right. 72 is when the Rangers started, so maybe just an old school. But that's nobody in 84. Just an old senator's hat, I guess.
No one would be wearing a Texas Rangers hat in '84. They were not a good team.
It's funny, the first manager they ever had was Ted Williams, and they lost like 100 games, and he was like, I'm not going to die managing this team, so he just quit.
The first manager they had was Ted Williams, like
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox Ted Williams.
Uh-huh.
He just Isaiah Thomas them.
Yeah,
That
they
was
were
really good,
awful.
but
Because I
I
think he
don't.
was the managers for the Senators, so when the team moved, he stayed with them, and they lost like 100 games their first year, and he was like, yeah, dude, I'm a legend. I'm not fucking doing this. The team hit like literally 40 home runs the whole season. It'd be cool if they showed like a soccer game or something. I want more of like them taking out their rage on each other on the soccer field.
Right now, it's all basically just getting ready for the karate tournament and trying for Ali to put out. So basically, just getting ready for the karate tournament.
Yeah, because that's a lost. I know a lost cause when I see it. She's basically like Angela from The Office. She's like, I'll fuck the winner of the tournament.
I seriously think that if you just go to Johnny right now, it's like, listen, she's a tease. I didn't know it. Like, can we just call a truce? And I guarantee you, they would probably share a beer on how much they don't like her and be fine.
Yeah, Johnny's like, dude, I tried to tell you, bro. I've been down that road. If she wouldn't fuck me, I figured she's either a lesbian or it's just never gonna happen.
So she's a lesbian.
Then Billy, or sorry, Danny's like, well, it's 1984. Lesbians aren't really a thing yet. He's like, ah, that's a good point. We had at least early 90s, kind of when that starts.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, how do you know this in advance?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. All he's got are these fucking like baseball shirts.
So if you would have went to the movie and taken your significant other here, like what would you be playing? Like Pac-Man arcade game before you go in?
Yeah, probably.
You still eat popcorn, but
Maybe a little air hockey.
air hockey's still cool though.
Air hockey is fucking awesome. So he's just working like upper body stuff here.
Yeah, he's got to get his legs a rest. His leg day yesterday.
Yeah, they went pretty hard.
It would be so awesome at the end if Miyagi's like, literally, I didn't know anything about karate. I just read a book and taught you some stuff.
I just needed a shit ton of work done around my house.
Literally can't believe you won.
Since I got you the
Lost a
bike and
fortune.
since I
I
got you the bike and
betted
everything,
against you on every match.
I bought you that bike, so I figured we'd be even. Just kind of feels dishonest. Damn, look at these lights. Who rented out the Gaylord? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, how bitching would it be if they remade this and it was like UFC?
I'd be in. Because it's really just like a concept. It is, it's full of movie tropes, but they're tropes because they work. But I know you were probably joking. I don't want Randy Couture in the reboot. I don't think Randy Couture wants that. His dad's like, why haven't you given me every intimate detail about your dating life? I don't know, maybe because you're my 58-year-old dad and I'm 17. No, that doesn't make sense. Dude, dancing with her mom, I mean, who doesn't fucking see through that move? It's like the third to first. We know what you're trying to do.
Dude, I don't know if, in the 80s that works. Nowadays, I don't know if that works.
I gotta tell you, Billy Zabka and Johnny has quite the head of lettuce here. I mean, the ladies would be lining up. Allie
Well,
would be
that's what
walking
her
in.
mom said. Like, listen, if I was a little bit younger, no, screw that. If your dad would just go out of town, I'd bang Johnny.
If
So
he
why
would leave,
can't?
not even for the whole weekend, if he's just gone for like a Friday night back set, that's how quickly I'd fuck you. I'm not really comfortable with this at a cocktail dinner.
And what is this? Like a country club or something?
I have no idea. He's dressed like a fucking valet, though.
What if it connects to Catch Me If You Can? I guess that's a different thing. Like fucking Christopher Walken's gonna give a speech in the background here in a little bit. Mouse fell into a bucket of cream.
A bucket of cream. He chants his little legs. She's not blowing him.
Yet.
Oh, truce off the table.
It begs one to think though, of like these kids are, I guess there are rich and poor kids at the school, but usually like in the city, if you go to like a richy rich school, everyone's rich.
Yeah. Yeah, like the way, I mean, this is how our middle school works. Like the way we draw the lines for the district, like there's not like an $80,000 per year income gap between the people going to the school there.
Well, and if you're really rich, you're going to public school. You're not,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to public school.
Is that Miyagi's like ex-wife?
She wishes.
She left me for a Korean farmer. Just when I knew she was
His name
desperate.
was his name was Tim Alexander. He actually is also Pacific Hawaiian, but you guys don't know what that is yet, so
What?
Pacific Islander.
Has a soybean farm up north. He calls her up tonight when he gets shit-faced drunk. Moira, Moira, it's
Why you
Miyagi.
treat Miyagi bad?
He's like, how come you like skip a bunch of words in the like? You were born in Fresno. You
Yeah.
speak perfect English.
Went to Fresno State.
Yeah, you have a Bulldogs flag on your wall. That'd be cool if he came in and Miyagi was doing bicep curls with like a Fresno State athletics
What
sleeveless on.
one day David Cobb be quarterback. Make us proud. And if
Why we
not
know
him,
win?
his younger brother Derek will.
How we know win bowl game with starting NFL quarterback? I don't know, man. You know how the Idaho Potato Bowl is. It's a fucking crapshoot. Anyway, I just came here to pick up my stuff. I don't really think this is working out. Is he wearing like a military jacket? Like, dude, this dude has gone off the deep end.
And he was drafted too. He was in the same platoon as the leader of Cobra Kai. He
They
was,
should
how do you
just hire
say, my
they should just hire us to make up backstory for the characters. Hey man, we have these guys. Can you just add a little color to them? Yeah, no problem. Just let us get drunk and we'll write some stuff down. I have a couple more fun facts, and then we've been on a bit of a.
Please.
So here we go. Now that the scene's here, the studio wanted to drop the drunk Miyagi scene, feeling it slowed the pace down. Director John G. Avildsen argued for it and has felt that the scene is what got Pat Morita nominated for an Oscar, which I did not know happened.
He was nominated for this movie.
I guess. I can definitely see why the studio wanted to cut this out, though.
Isn't it weird how the Oscars have transformed? Like, I mean, now if you're a mainstream movie, you have not a chance. You have to be a movie that no one's seen to even
Correct.
be up for an Oscar.
Well, that's why they're adding that popular film category.
Yeah.
And that's why we do the Broskers, basically to make fun of how it's like your film almost needs to be like partially a secret until nominations come out.
Like, can you imagine? I mean, a teeny bopper movie about karate and the fucking co-star is
Yeah.
up for an Oscar.
It was a totally different time. And I'm not necessarily defending, like, I hate the way it is now, don't get me wrong, but I think we need something in between Teeny Bopper and the way it is now.
Like Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction. Like,
Yes.
those years were good.
Then the Oscars lost its way.
I'm still wondering what they're gonna do this year. Like, are they gonna have one? What are they gonna do?
I mean, what will Meryl Streep do if they don't? She'll fucking die.
But what's
Tom
bad
Hanks.
is if they don't have any movies to actually give awards to, then all we're gonna get is like political speeches. It's gonna basically, it's gonna be so bad.
You know what they should do is like just do it and just like announce the winners. Don't have anybody there. Just have like a
Well, the Golden Globes they're usually in January, aren't they? Week after Super Bowl.
yeah. I know the Oscars are in April this year. Just because I'd written it
Oh,
down.
okay, because they're usually in February. All right. So
Yeah,
they
and the
bumped
only
it.
reason I know the date is because we always like to drop the Broskers right when they come out to steal their thunder, obviously.
Does the Miyagi drunk scene get him a nomination for the Broforce Squad Hall of Fame?
It has to, right? Because he got so drunk that he went like super lightning paced. Let me throw out a few racial slurs and tell you my political beliefs, and then just passed out. What's this? His prescription? These are going to be
Say
some...
like fuck Harry Truman. Like, wait, I thought you were from Fresno. I am.
What? No, I totally, yeah, I am. What's this letter? I don't remember this at all. Is this like how he got
Wife
separated from his
picture
wife?
came with house. So it's no
And this,
one.
and this letter about your newborn dying from complications of childbirth, yeah, it all come with house. It's a weird thing for the landlord to include.
Or for someone to leave. It's just moved out.
Also, Miyagi, like I'm 16, it's a bit too heavy for me that you carry this around with you constantly. Like, why?
I really want to watch the other two to see if all this ties in. Because this is the Fast and the Furious. He would on the fifth one, he'd learn that his kid's not dead, and actually he's doing
Correct.
karate, and he's
And
gonna
his
have to
wife,
fight Daniel-san.
and his wife is alive too, and she's actually a villain now.
Until the eighth one, when she comes back and helps him.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of breadcrumbs here.
There's
Yeah,
part of me that makes fun of it, but part of me wishes every single movie ever would become Fast and the Furious, where they just make 12 of them.
it takes such a ballsiness to be like, we know, and we don't give a fuck. We're just gonna keep. Not only are we gonna do it, we're gonna do it even harder in the next one.
It's like the chick in the room that, everyone knows that she slept with a lot of guys and she just owns it. Like, she doesn't even care.
Like, dude, in the next one, John Cena plays his brother, who we've never literally heard a fucking line of dialogue about in 7 goddamn movies. And the whole premise of the movies is family.
Amelia.
Mi familia. The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room. And Han comes back. Like, Jesus Christ. I cannot...
Dom's dad not coming back after basically being burned to death in a fucking car accident is. We still got some movies though. I think he'll be there.
Apparently, there was an idea after Fast 6 to bring Stallone in as his dad. And I think at the time they were like, let's go to space first, and then we'll bring back.
Put that idea, put it in the freezer. Let's defrost it in a couple movies and then maybe put it in the oven. I can see the scene now. Like he's like, "Hey Dom," he's like, "I thought you were dead." He's like, "We're all dead."
Why'd you? We're all dead at some point. What? No, but you actually burnt to death, is what I'm saying.
I
The
bear,
difference.
I wa, I watched your coffin go to the ground.
Well, that's the thing with Han. They literally fucking buried him. Like
This
his
is an
funeral
open
scene is
coffin.
in the
Exists.
movies. They watched him explode in the car. So I don't know how they're gonna fucking. If he has a, I hope he has a twin. That's all I fucking hope.
You hope what?
I hope he's just like Han's twin.
I hope
Kind of
he's a
like what the Mighty
vampire.
Ducks did, Hans and Jans.
Hope he's a vampire. It's the only thing that would really make sense.
Okay, question about this catcher's mask. If you took a foul tip to like that would not block a ball from hitting you in the face,
No,
right? That gap.
no.
You could fit a baseball in that easily.
Yeah, I never got that catcher's mask, and now when they started wearing hockey mask and stuff, now it would have to be perfectly thrown, but I think it would. I think
It would
it
be
would
like a it'd be a
stick. I
foul
don't think
tip.
it'd go through.
Man, I don't know.
Remember how badass it was when catchers had the sunglasses over that?
Oh my God. Remember when they first came out with the hockey style masks that like supposedly they didn't need to throw off their head to catch a pop-up?
Yeah,
That was
they
pretty
still
cool.
do.
Danny's footwork is getting better. I'll say that.
I remember because like Mike Matheny like had it, and like everyone in Little League is like, "Hey, if I'm gonna play catcher, I need a fucking hockey mask."
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Wear the equipment we've been wearing for 100 years? No. This is a good shot. I'm kind of getting some Roadhouse vibes when he's like training in his loft.
God, Swayze versus Karate Kid.
I mean, Swayze, obviously. Swayze versus all of Cobra Kai at once. That's the crossover we needed.
What we needed was a crossover where Swayze like kicked the shit out of the Cobra Kai guy and then took over Cobra Kai. And then made all of them bouncers at bars, even though they're 15.
Legally, you're not even allowed to be here, but since you're protecting the people. Roadhouse was 80, right?
No, it was like
89.
84.
Oh, wow. It was 89.
It was 89.
That's way later than I would have guessed. So this could have crossed over with like one of the sequels.
There's some people that just weren't ready for the 90s, were they?
Look how he's wearing this hat, dude. The strap on both of them. The strap is like on the back of their head. It's really annoying me. Mr. Miyagi stitches too. God, this guy should start an Etsy. I mean, he's got so many talents.
He also has a lot of time. Like maybe he should pick up a different job.
Yeah, what can like maintenance freelancer at apartment complex that's half full actually pay?
What if they call it like Miyagi, listen, my shower's on the fritz, and I know that you're probably stitching something right now. For the love of God, can you come check this out?
You're probably stitching something or replacing the oil in one of your 9 cars that you have. Obviously, a good idea before a huge tournament to eat a gigantic fucking cake.
It's good luck.
Especially with the kid that's like borderline ready anyway. Like he needs every advantage he can get. And you know what dairy does to Danny? What is this? Do they even mention his dad this whole movie? I know you asked about it earlier.
No, I don't think so at all.
Damn. That's perfect for a sequel, right? Leave that untouched and then we'll just
I really want to watch the. I know people are commenting like crazy. Like the third one brings up his dad or something, but I haven't seen any of them. I I literally barely seen this one all the way through.
I wonder if Danny has like a cameo in the next Karate Kid.
With Jaden Pink or
No, no, sorry, the one with Hilary Swank.
probably.
Now, not to belittle anyone who works at or owns a car dealership, but in Cobra Kai, with Danny working there, the reason I ask this, in movies, that profession is often used as like someone who's burnt out. Is Danny portrayed as someone who like kind of lost his way in life, or is that he like a success as like a business owner working at the dealership?
He's like a huge success. Everything's gone
Okay,
well for him, and Johnny not so much.
got it. God, that's fucking cool. This is making me want to go back and watch the show, and by go back, I mean
Just watch it.
just watch it. Yeah.
So
He's
the
like,
only
what?
montage scene we really get is him at the beach trying to
Balance, I
balance
guess.
on and then Miyagi with a catcher's mask. It's pretty much all we get.
Like Miyagi lets him punch him with the chest protector, and then when it starts to hurt a little bit, he just fucking kick trips him. He's like, "All right, I've had enough of you, you little shithead."
I can't believe he was nominated for an Oscar. I'm like my God.
Yeah, I mean, this he's good in this role, but like Oscar nominated, like what else came out in '84?
He couldn't have sold one of his cars and just bought a punching bag.
Could have bought 12 punching bags. But see, if he sells the car, then they're gonna want like the title and all. Matt, they want
Yeah,
all
yeah,
this
that's
fucking
true.
shit when you sell it. It's like, you want the car or not? He does need a car though. Like Allie is getting starting to get a little uninterested, you know? This is a good backup plan if he doesn't win the tournament. He might still be able to bang her if he has a convertible.
I'll say for an 80s movie, like this kind of drags because there's not a montage scene. It takes forever for him to get trained.
I know. There's not enough fighting in it. Like the first 30 minutes is pretty interesting, like him at high
Yeah.
school. And I hate to say this, but when it's just him and Miyagi alone, kind of, yeah, it does get a little bogged down in the. They do build their relationship a lot in this part, but I wish it was intercut with some more stuff with him and Allie and him and Johnny. Johnny's just such an interesting character, man. Like when he's on screen, you're just like, okay,
He commands your respect.
yeah, you're like, what's he gonna do? Who knows? He's number one, he's a fucking loose cannon, and then number two, that head of hair, like I said. He looks like Dick Tracy driving this thing at Echoes. Like, dude, Prohibition's over. You don't need that car anymore.
He's
This
had
is
a pretty
before
big night. Ate cake at Miyagi's. Didn't
Take it,
eat
Miyagi.
another piece of cake, you know what I mean? And then
Dude, this is before power steering. You know how fucking hard it would be to turn that thing?
that's also part of Miyagi's training. That's how you build your lats.
Yeah, he's
Just
like, I'm
drive
gonna
that
make
car for a couple miles.
you U-turn this thing a couple times. This is desperate. This is desperate. If the girl's friends don't like you, you got no shot. What did he do that he has to apologize for? I think the dinner?
You always have to apologize to women.
I'm sorry, for what? Fuck,
Most of the time we
don't be
don't even
sad.
know.
Yeah. What are you sorry for? Don't do that. Oh, you want to fight? Yeah, okay, listen, chick who's about to come out as a lesbian in 2 years, maybe let us talk this out.
I'll tell you, man, her friends for high school, like I mean, when you think like Sarah Jessica Parker from Footloose,
But Luce, yeah.
none of these girls did anything.
Yeah. Not a lot of people got out of this movie alive, really, right?
I wouldn't even say Machio did. He
No,
didn't really get any roles after this.
yeah. What I would say is if if you ask me what movie most of these people are in, like 95% of them is the only thing you can name.
Zapka didn't do anything. Miyagi was basically just a TV actor, and he did this, and then he got some like bit roles.
Which knowing Miyagi was nominated for this, I mean, how the fuck does that happen? How does he not parlay this in anything else? I
It's
guess in the 80s,
84. He's not going to be playing
right,
like
he's kind of typecast.
mobster guy.
Dad of, yeah, there's not like a lot of Asian Americans getting movie roles.
And he's basically just waiting out when Johnny Tsunami comes out, but I don't think they can afford me.
Or he was dead.
How did he not get in that role either? Because by that time, I think Disney could have maybe given him some money, and he needed it.
He's like, so you're going with Shang Tsung over me? I'm fucking Mr. Miyagi. Like, I don't know, man. He speaks to the kids more. He's more modern karate.
Yeah.
If you listen to our Mortal Kombat movie commentary, every time Shang Tsung's on the screen, we really just talk about Johnny Tsunami. And on our Johnny Tsunami commentary, Cycly has a theory that involves Johnny's grandpa actually being his dad by way of fucking Johnny's mom.
Yeah, that happened though.
That's true. Yeah. It's actually weird, dude. His mom and his grandpa's scenes in that movie are oddly sexual. And his dad's always out of the picture. His dad's always traveling for work.
That's how we describe like Cycly and Banner talking to each other though. It's always oddly sexual. It's weird.
I think by the end, Cycly goes, "This isn't even a theory. The movie's basically beating us over the head with it."
Yeah. They're like on their knees, literally opening your eyes, fucking Bird Box style. Like, look at this, see it.
Short of Johnny holding up the DNA test, I don't know a way we could make this more clear to you. That's quite the kiss right there. Is that their first kiss?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you just kissed. Now you show her the car. This is like you run the ball for a first down and you hurry up to the line. You're like,
like it makes no sense.
You can bang her right here. Like letting her drive. Oof.
Like that Raiders Dolphins game when you kneel it at the 1, thinking that you can get a touchdown. Don't get cocky.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just
put it in the
game the way it's play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
It's weird, man. His face clears up. He doesn't have black eyes anymore. He gets a car, and suddenly he gets the chick.
When it rains, it pours. Did Miyagi fuck up his paperwork? I'm half expecting that.
Miyagi don't know how to write English.
You were born in Fresno. There is, how you say, entry fee? Yes, dude, it's not free. Wow, this locker room, chain link fence? Jesus. Their jerseys are fucking awesome. I mean, I've always
Cobra
thought
Kai's.
this is a great Halloween costume, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it would have been until the show came out because it's a good show, but it sometimes gets a little too Disney for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool how they stand out because everyone's wearing white and Cobra Kai's are in black, which is badass.
And their logo, bro.
It's a fucking venomous snake, dude.
Dude, I want this All Valley Karate Championship security guard shirt. I get a lot of use out of that.
I love how his first fight too. It looks like he can't he's not really sure because he's never really been in a fight, and then after that he just kicks everyone's ass.
Yeah, is this just like a completely open, like if guy down the street just wanted to enter this karate tournament, he could, because he doesn't even have any belts, right?
Yeah, if you want to enter it, you can.
If you want to get your ass kicked for the $50 entry fee, go for it.
But I don't understand karate. There's a point system.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like wrestling.
We'll have to have Greg Hornacek, to explain.
Just to answer this, and they'll be like, all right. And then we'll have to ask him about how I still beat the shit out of him, even though he knew karate.
It's like, is that what Jeff said? He didn't beat the shit out of me. He doesn't understand real karate.
I was like, well, I understand whooping someone's ass. Well, you're 3 years older. I was 11. And I was 14 and full of testosterone. These mats don't do anything. Let me body slam you on this. You tell me if it cushioned the fall at all.
And I think this is single elimination.
It's got to be, right?
Well, he doesn't lose, so yeah, to get the championship.
I mean, say what you want. we keep referencing this, but the Ninja Turtles movies, like think of Ninja Turtles 2. Remember when Kino goes to train for the
Hmm.
foot? That's some of the best martial arts I've ever seen in a movie. Who's this
When
fuckface?
karate left movies, it sucked because that was like the best type of fighting to
You wrote a
watch.
squad blog on this, I believe, right?
I did. Check it out at broforcequad.com. It's one of the first ones I ever wrote, I think.
And it's one of the truest. Like we don't realize it, but yeah, karate used to be so essential. Even movies where it really didn't have a place, they would find some way to interject it.
Like a school teacher and a construction guy just get in a beef and they just do karate.
That's a thing in the 90s. You never knew who knew karate. You should have just assumed everyone does.
Yeah, it's basically like when you go, you know, you go into a dangerous spot, you got to assume everyone has a gun. In the 80s, you had to just assume everyone knew karate.
Look at this butch chick with the flags.
Is this a Christmas movie?
Karate Kid?
December 19th. There's been Christmas decor around.
If you're in, here's the thing, and not to shit on California, but if you're in Fresno, California, and there's not a hint of snow and you're fucking golfing on December 20th, no, that does not put me in the Christmas mood. Damn. So they'll just let anyone down on the mat, right? Now his fucking mom's walking around.
Forgot how concerned his mom is. Miyagi's just over there like he'll be fine.
Because Cobra Kai's just ruthless, right?
Well, yeah, they're all trained so well.
They play to the echo of the whistle, not the whistle. Oh, this is You're the Best Around.
God, this song sucks.
See, Cobra Kai's diverse too, Matt. Not only
Because
are
they
they
have one black kid.
they're beating the shit out of opponents and racial stereotypes. The black kid just pulls out a gun. You're like, what? Why is that in the movie?
Empties the clip. Like,
I guess you win, technically. I mean, oh,
I think the black kid's in Revenge of the Nerds too.
he does look like familiar.
Also,
Yeah, this is the heavyweight guy I was talking about. He's just a sacrificial lamb. They throw his ass out there. They're like, I mean, maybe get us a point. I don't know.
so is this when karate really started? Because in the 90s it was huge.
Yeah, this has to be. I mean, movies before this, there was still the tough guy, but he didn't have any finesse or skill, right? Like,
I mean, I guess Bruce Lee is probably when it technically started in the 60s.
but that didn't feel accessible. Like, I never saw Bruce Lee and be like, oh, I can do that. In the Karate Kid, you watch Danny, you're like, oh, if he can fucking learn karate, what am I doing on my couch? Because Bruce Lee's like the most skilled person maybe at his craft ever.
Mm-hmm.
Miyagi's like, I need a drink. You might have a problem. I didn't realize the bonsai tree was his logo. Makes total sense.
Cobra Kai's is just a huge ass snake.
This kid, his
This
hair is not naturally blonde.
You take that back. Matches his eyebrows.
Look at, dude, I love Cobra Kai. Look at the sponsorships on their leg. It's just smart. It's like
We have to
Marlboro
ask Greg too.
cigarette.
Is like, were there bullies at karate tournaments? I'm like, well, we're all here to fight. What This is what I don't get. So he'll go through each member of Cobra Kai and win. Why won't all five members of Cobra Kai just be waiting for him in the parking lot, kick his ass, take his trophy?
That's the deleted scene we don't get to see. Someone knifed him in the bathroom. It's probably the black guy. Broken ribs, Matt. You just shoot up and play through it at the December 19th All Valley tournament.
This is yeah. The December 19th All Valley tournament, Jeff. No one's 100%.
If you are, you're not karateing correctly, you know?
It's the end of the year.
You know what I'd like to see is if two of the Cobra Kai guys fighting each other. That would have been a cool. I'm sure they
Which
had to
would have
match.
happened
Yeah, I'm
if
sure they had to match up at some point. Johnny's a two-time winner? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and on Cobra Kai, they even said that his junior year, no one even scored a point against him.
Holy shit.
So I'm guessing the only person that ever scored a point against him his senior year was Danielson, who has never done karate before.
Makes sense. Matt, you're forgetting that he's painted a house.
Yeah, those weird trainers. Like, think of how far you came. You painted a house. And the whole Cobra Kai thing. That's where they got it from dodgeball, I think, right? How they
Yeah,
enter.
yeah, that's a good point. Dodgeball feels, it's not parodying this, thank God, but it's heavily inspired. Especially like the lighting and the look of the tournament. Doesn't it look exactly like this?
Pretty much.
Damn. Matt, if you want to get fancy against Johnny, that's a quick way to go face down in the mat real quick. Kick flips? Bro.
How would you feel in a single elimination tournament and you're like, dude, I got a chance to get top four, and then your first draw is Johnny. You're like, shit.
What do we say all the time at the NCAA tournament, Matt? A lot of it is just who you draw. It's
Yeah.
matchup. Now, I wonder if Cobra Kai, obviously, like getting a spot in the Cobra Kai dojo is a big honor. So I wonder if like this is kind of how they weed people out. Like that fat kid, if he goes out first match, do you think they're like, hey, your services are no longer needed? Turn in your
Well,
kimono.
obviously, I don't think everyone from Cobra Kai is at this, so some of them aren't ready yet.
Okay.
So,
But there's a difference between a prospect and like a 17-year-old, like the fat kid, or you're like, dude, it's just not
yeah,
happening.
right. And I don't know if he just took the top five or maybe the oldest kids too, like some of the other ones who are younger. I have no clue.
I wish their sponsorships were like Red Bull and Trojan condoms.
In the 80s, I don't know what sponsor. It would be like Nintendo,
Pennzoil pro was the fucking what's the gas
AIDS,
station? AIDS, yep. Get AIDS.
which if you don't know, AIDS was actually like a Pepsi product or something. Or no, it was a weight loss product.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was just like you want to lose 20 pounds, get AIDS. You got to look at that commercial. It's the funniest fucking thing ever.
It's like serious.
Yes. And whenever they came out with the AIDS virus, they were like, this is what we're gonna call it. Like, really?
So I couldn't really tell what he did that was illegal there. That just looked like a good kick to me. Johnny's like, I don't want to win like this, but I will take the trophy and the subsequent endorsement deals. This is a good time to give you, I have two more facts both about Johnny's character. According to Billy Zabka, the character he portrays still irks many people. Some have tried to start fights with him, and he has to convince them that the role was specifically written for this movie. Imagine being drunk at a bar, you see Billy Zabka, you're like, I'm going to go fucking sucker punch Johnny.
See, I don't get that because I don't think he really sucker punched anybody. I don't really mind. I mean,
Yeah,
in a
people are just.
boxing match, you'll do kidney punches or rabbit punches, but that's just kind of the way it is.
The other one I have, and I just love this because this is like the things we love about actors, like getting so full of themselves and into a role. According to the commentary track on the home video versions of the movie, Billy Zabka came up with a loose backstory for the Johnny Lawrence character in order to better, quote, get the feel for who he was playing. He states in the commentary he envisioned Johnny as having no father and that Kreese is the closest thing to a father he had in his life, which we now learn Cobra Kai basically says, fuck that.
Well, no, he didn't really have a father. That is true.
Not
His
like one that was present.
Well, yeah, his mom remarried, and the guy was rich, and he was kind of an asshole
Oh,
to
okay,
him.
that makes sense.
And
So
Kreese is his dad.
maybe
And
they took
honestly,
his backstory into consideration when they like kind of got the premise for the show.
honestly, Jeff, is would there it be anything to make you feel better than like Kreese like looking at you and giving you like you did good, kid? I mean, that's even better than your dad saying he loves you.
Does he have typhoid fever or a sprained MCL? Like I'm confused.
So he has a broken rib or a bruised rib, and then his MCL, he can't walk.
And I'm sorry, Matt. I thought it was the All Valley Championship.
There's no way he'd beat Johnny. no fucking way.
Dude, he couldn't beat him 100. If the roles were reversed, if Johnny had these injuries and Danny was 100%, he still wouldn't win.
I still think this should have ended with Johnny winning, but Johnny giving him his respect and be like, "Hey man, I'm leaving next year. Why don't you run Cobra Kai?" He's like, "Thanks,
That's
but
worth
I'm
more than a trophy.
Miyagi Do for life."
It's like, well, we're about to award him the trophy, but some chick who we don't even fucking know who she is came up and was able to talk to the match official for some reason. So now this kid's gonna limp in and fight. Fucking Kurt Gibson.
Because we don't care about, high schoolers' safety or anything. We're like, dude, you can't. This is before concussions though, so maybe.
Matt, wouldn't you rather suffer a long-term injury instead of giving up your pride for a weekend?
You're gonna walk around with a wheelchair your whole life, like, yeah, but I won the All Valley December 19th, 1984 tournament.
Like, what? I don't even know what that is. You live in Minnesota now. Ooh, nice move. The kick trip, that's Miyagi's specialty.
We need a we need a YouTube video of Johnny fighting with Michael Caine talking about his speed and his veracity.
The weirdest thing is when Alfred all of a sudden becomes like a fucking fight analyst. He's like Joe Rogan.
He's like, no, he's like Mel Kiper for Bane. Like he's watched him all through college.
What if Mel Kiper showed up and told Bruce Wayne how to look at Bane, look at the speed, look at the ferocity? It's like, what? Why did the ref call timeout? Bro, he's fine. It's just a little blood. Fight didn't even start till I begin bleeding, you know? Oof. Dude, see, he's milking it, Matt. He gets kicked in the face and then grabs his knee. He didn't even touch you there.
God, I really, if this movie would have just had Johnny just kick the shit out of him, I mean, how awesome would that have been?
Yeah, just relentlessly. Like,
Well, the kid before he fights Johnny looks like I don't know, zero cal Luke Skywalker.
yeah, 100%. Bagged cereal Luke Skywalker.
He's like, "Don't worry, Kreese, I got to end this quick so I can go to Tachi pick up some power
Power
converters."
converters.
You know what I mean?
Jothfiel. And I'm going to be able to get the nice ones because I spent all summer on the moisture farm. Oh, Johnny, that's aggressive. Johnny's doing the move where like you purposely don't. Ooh, you see that kickflip?
Did I see it?
I practice it every day when I get out of bed. Gotta go brush my teeth.
That's actually my 2021 New Year's resolution is learning how to do that kickflip.
Yeah, see, right now he's definitely concussed. This referee's earning his money right here. Bro, I don't feel bad for Danny. If you're gonna be fighting, then everything's fair game, right?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't football where like, I mean, I guess if they have a bad leg, you'd still kind of go for it. But I mean, when you're in a fight, like boxing or anything, if someone has a swollen left eye, guess where they're going to try to fucking punch
Right.
you?
You'd be stupid not to. If you're gonna get in the ring, then you're telling me you're okay. So apparently this is the illegal move. Although I'm confused because they said next point wins, and it seemed like when he elbowed him in the leg, like that was the point.
Maybe we got a Sacramento Kings, LA Lakers thing going on. I don't know.
Oh
But
God, don't even get me started on that.
I'm not really sure how this is an illegal move. I know that they went over it in How I Met Your Mother and stuff, but like, can you not kick to the face or
I think it was like the crane posture is not allowed.
okay? Because Miyagi has been practicing that at the ocean, and so did Danielson, like for the
Right.
last 40 minutes of this fucking film.
I forgot it just ends like that. Holy shit. Kick to the face, 30 seconds later, we're in the credits.
Good night.
Wow. course, it's suggesting Karate Kid 2. If only I had the time.
Man, I thought Kreese and what if you're I thought Kreese and Miyagi fought in the parking lot because Kreese like punched up. He was trying to beat up Johnny.
Mine ended. Did yours? Like, I have the credits. It's over.
Yeah, mine are on the credits too. Maybe that's on Karate Kid 2. I don't fucking know.
I want a parking lot fight. I mean, holy shit. That sounds awesome.
I because he's all pissed off at Johnny getting second place. Anyway, maybe we don't have the extended version. I don't know. That was the Karate Kid. Jeff, final thoughts.
I mean, it's good. It's not as corny as I thought it was, but it definitely has, like, the end of the second act, start of the third act is a lot slower than I remember. So you could probably trim 15, 20 minutes out of this thing, but it's a better film than I remember it. And of course, spawned all the sequels, but good, solid 80s action flick. Not as much action as I'd like, but solid film.
Dude, we could have easily cut off 30 minutes of this because we could have done all that in a montage scene, which apparently I guess wasn't a thing yet.
Well, it should be.
It should have been like 85, 86. I think that would have happened. But all right, we've been the Broforce Squad. Check out our website, broforcesquad.com. We're on YouTube or iTunes, wherever you're listening to us through. Do us a favor, subscribe to us, like us. That's how we our algorithm goes up and everything like that. We're also on Twitter at Broforce Squad. We do reviews on whatever. What's that thing called, Jeff?
Letterboxed.
Letterbox.
You know it.
I do know. Until then, I'm Matt. He's Jeff. We'll see you around the dojo.
Matt, would you mind coming over and helping me stain my fence?
Yeah, as long as it teaches me how to beat the shit out of 5 people, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm first learning to get drunk and fucking Korea.